Make Me Laugh Media presents Comedy Insights. We give you the scoop on all things comedy, such as
my first time I ever bombed,
my favorite comedy special.
What's it like to be a woman in comedy?
Is there a comedian that I grew up watching and I met him, I didn't like him?
I don't give a fuck. Them niggas know who they is. I got on their about that too.
Do I have any comedy groupie stories?
Bro, what was that question again?
You are watching Comedy Insights.
This is Marvin Hunter, and you're watching Comedy Insights. First person to take me on the road. I don't want to say he took me on the road, but he had me as gig. I say with Nick Lewis. First time doing a gig, I still was active duty military. Went to Wilmington, North Carolina. Stayed in a roach-infested motel, and I thought it was the greatest thing ever to happen in life because that was my first time somebody took me on the road. The first place that I ever did stand up was Hawaii Island of Oahu. It was a Tuesday night. The place, I cannot remember the name of it actually, but we used to also perform at a place called All Stars down in Waikiki. And that was how I broke into stand-up comedy. My favorite place to perform is probably the Stardome in Birmingham, Alabama. I have a lot of good memories there. You know what I'm saying? They always treat me nice when I go there. The crowd's electric. I like the stadium seating and the way the sound bounces off. It just really gets you involved. So I probably have to say Birmingham. My favorite city to perform in. That's a lot. I have to say Birmingham. But, I can't narrow that down to one city. My favorite cities to perform in: Memphis, Birmingham, Nashville, Charlotte, have a good time, Jacksonville, Florida, here in Atlanta. What got me into stand-up? Well, I never wanted to become a comedian. It never crossed my mind ever in life. I'm from a small town in Mississippi to where aspirations don't go beyond what people can see. Be a doctor, a lawyer, a fireman, a policeman, a teacher, this, that, and that. So it never was on my mind. Always been funny, always been a fan of comedy, but I was married and the bitch took everything after we got divorced. So now I got to move back into barracks. So I go back into barracks. I'm roommates with a dude who is an open micer, and he is ass. I'm talking about he is horrible. And so, I ain't got nothing that's going on. I ain't got nothing but my car and the computer. So I'm going with him to the open mics, and not only is he ass, everybody I'm watching his ass. And so I was like, you get to a certain point, you're like, man, I could do this. You think it in your mind to see his planet. And he ended up getting a DUI. He was a Marine. They locked him up. So I had started going, and I was going by myself, and I asked the guy, hey, man, you think I might be able to get up? He was like, fine, put your name on the list. Put my name on the list. They called my name. I hid in the back. I wouldn't come out. Next week, I went back. Hey, man, you want to put me on? He's like, yeah, sure. Put my name on the list. They called my name. I hid in the back. I wouldn't come out. Third time I went up there, he said, look, motherfucker, like, you wasting my time. You go, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I got up, and I got that first chuckle. It was like I hit a crack. I ain't never smoked crack. But I'm going off what my uncle say it feel like. And so I'm thinking, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? Or I can do it, I need a minute. I'm one of them comics, I need a minute. Get at least 5, like 5 minutes. Just get my head straight before I go. I say a prayer, but I am one of them comics that need a minute. I ain't one of them comics where I'm about to go on stage and everybody in my ear talking and da-da-da-da. Just go out there. I need about 5 minutes to get my head right. Henry Welch and Marvin Dixon in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was a Hawaii Hickam Air Force Base. It was they came over there, and the same guy who was my roommate, who I was staying with, got a chance to open up for them, and he got there and bombed horribly. And I remember Henry Welsh ripped him to shreds. And this was probably 2002, 2003. Yes, everybody's bombed. Have I got booed? No. But I have definitely bombed. Definitely. I would rather get booed than just sit there and look at you like you're an alien. That, at least you're human. They recognize you as an organism. You know what I'm saying?
So
but
what happened the first time you got bombed?
It was
First time you bombed.
okay. First time I got bombed, I do 5 minutes in front of a room. It's like 1,000 people. I was very new, but it was also an audition for this TV show that's coming up. They let the comedians go through, and I went up there. And when I tell you that 5 minutes, I did not get a chuckle. I mean, nothing. And that 5 minutes felt like 5 hours. So at the time I'm new, and you look at what the the old heads say, what's the proper etiquette? Proper etiquette is when you at a show, you don't leave. You watch everybody else. So now I gotta stay. And plus he ain't told me. I know I didn't get it, but he ain't told me nothing, so I don't wanna leave. And I remember them just walking past me like I was a dog shit, like I wasn't even there. Then at some point he came, put his hand on my shoulder and said, well, I think we're gonna go in a different direction. You think? So that was probably the worst. I've had other times, but that was the worst. Kevin Hart's cool, man. Kevin Hart really is cool. Kevin Hart is what you see is what you get. When you move up the ranks in entertainment, not just stand-up comedy, because you hear this from singers, actors, whoever, people get weird. People get weird when that success and that money come. And I found Kevin Hart to be very down to earth. I started comedy late. I consider myself an everyday Joe. I like people that I would mind go have a beer with. Kevin Hart was a really down to earth and cool dude, to be around. He gonna Joan all day, but he cool. He cool. Yeah. Was a bucket of asses. That was not a nice human being. And I say that, and he didn't do nothing to me. It's just me watching him move and how he was doing everybody else. I ain't like the shit at all. It was completely unnecessary. So I had to say him. Oh my God, bro. Bro, where do you begin, bro? I opened up for Dina Howard back in the day, and it was poorly promoted. And if we had 13 people in there, I mean, it was probably that. But I'm new. So the dude got a Dina, he got myself, another comic, and he got a DJ, he got a makeup girl, he got a photographer. All these people he got paid. 13 people out there. He ain't got the money. So after the show, I'm low man on totem pole because I'm new. I know I'm not getting paid. Everybody sitting in the room with rocks in their jaws, waiting on them to figure this out. And it got bad. The comedian had his brother there. They went in the car, got a gun. It got stupid. Nothing ended up transpiring because the promoter was a gangster. He was a gangster too. So them getting the gun didn't matter to him. Almost what he want. So it was a lot of bickering back and forth. But I want to say that Adina got some of her money, but the rest of us got nothing. Another time, the most recent one, I go to do a show, and this is a promoter that I have dealt with in the past, cool with, not just on some comedy shit, on some regular shit, but didn't have a great reputation with other people. And when you dealing with people like that, you hear all the time, especially us black folks, well, I mean, they don't like him, but he never did unto me. Your turn coming. Your turn is coming. If he an asshole individual, your turn is coming. Just give it, and so my turn, it was my turn. And I remember this motherfucker, it was a situation where he was supposed to do a show in one city, and then he was supposed to drive me to the next city, and we had done this before. He got a side bitch with him. He want me he gonna try to send me a bus ticket to drive up to the spot because he got this side bitch with him. And then when I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Well, how many bags you got? Bro, you can put that bitch on the hood. I don't give a fuck. This is business. I don't give a fuck about your side bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like a back and forth to where it got real bad. And I ended up going to the airport. I was gonna leave. I didn't give a fuck, you know. And the late great Marcus Combe had to call me, talk me off the late. I had put a video up in the airport and everything, talking about this shit. And Marcus was like, "Don't do it like that, big bro. Don't do it like that." You know, because, you know, just, you know, he was telling me right, but I was so fucking heated. And he talked me down, dude, and give me a plane ticket. And I flew up there and I did the show, phenomenal show. But to this day, I don't fuck with the dude. Oh, yeah. When I really knew I was on D.L Hughley radar, that fucked me up. Like, he knew who I was. He had told people about me. That was a trip. I think as a comedian, everybody's fueled by different things. You know, money is but my thing has always been to the respect of my peers. So I know when I went to LA for the first time and I was walking around, I was introducing myself and people was like, I know you. I know who you are. That was all right. When I went to the comedy store and the security dude was like, "Hey Marvin, I know you are." And I was like, "What? I've never been here before. How the fuck you know who I am?" So that was, you know, that type of stuff, man. DL probably was the biggest name that happened with me that kind of took me back a little bit. Let me know I was doing something right. I used to go and perform at the Comedy House in South Carolina a lot. And there was this girl who used to come to see me. And I noticed I would see her there, but since I used to live there, I never put two and two together that this person was driving. Well, she was bringing her dad. Her dad was elderly. She had turned her dad on to me. And every time I came, they drove 2 hours to see me. Her dad was like an old man. And when that was brought to my attention and I would interact with them after the shows, that was always like, wow, because her dad was older. He might be in his 80s. You know, kind of frail, but he fucked with my shit. And she would bring him to come see me every time I came there. So that was cool. That definitely stood out. Oh, Elephant in the Room. Patrice O'Neal. Absolute. Absolute. Hands down. Most embarrassing moment. I did not have a great show in front of my wife one time. I ain't like that shit. I ain't like that shit at all. I ain't like that shit at all, son. Then you Marvin from your old lady. That. But it wasn't a bomb. It was not a bomb. I did not get booed. It's just that I did not perform to the level that I had previously there or that I want to do in front of my wife. And I ain't like that shit at all. To the day I don't like her comedy show. You fuck me up when you come. I'm trying to see. There has to be something else, another embarrassing moment. But as a comic, you go through so much shit. You mics go out. I've had to scream a whole show. Mama handed me this. They had a talent show before one of the shows, and one of the little girls that was singing had this little unicorn bedazzled mic. They tried to give me that shit. I'm not gonna perform with no goddamn, no little unicorn ass microphone shit. I think when you first start, you do. You ain't no choice. It's just gonna happen. You don't know. When I first started doing comedy, like I didn't even have 3 minutes, but I remember I used to do a joke about a chick breath stank so bad her teeth duck when she talked. Now, I know I heard that joke somewhere. I know I heard it somewhere. But I don't know comedy. I don't know etiquette. I don't know what. I don't understand stealing. So that was one of the first jokes that I used to do. And I know I heard it somewhere. I just didn't know where. Other than that, I don't do that. I don't do that. Even if somebody's joke is, because I got a joke about Waffle House that's just been on TV, been on Comedy Central. And when I actually wrote that joke for somebody else. He didn't use it, so I took it. And but before I started to do the joke, I have a part of it about thumb in the grits at Waffle House. Well, comedian K-Dub has a joke about 2 fingers in the water at Waffle House. That's too close for comfort for me, so I had to call him, look, man, hey, because this just happened to me in your city in Memphis. So I'm just letting you know. And then K-Dub, K-Dub, oh, man, go ahead. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I have done that, hollered at a comedian like, look, man, hey, this is similar to yours, even though 2 glasses in water and a thumb in the grits, 2 different things, but it's both Waffle House, so I had to check. A lot of comics don't do that, like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? They just do whatever they do. So I try to be respectful. Absolutely, and I had to call him, motherfucker. And I had to call him. I did call him. And he denied it, but I know he was lying. I know he was fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? And he was known for that shit. And I absolutely fucking called. But he was a local comic. He ain't never go nowhere with it. So, and he won't never go nowhere. So it's just like it wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, it absolutely happened. That we are responsible to police the crowd. And that's black comedy shit. We are not responsible to police your crowd. Somewhere along the line within black comedy, the back and forth and the heckling and handling it's a part of comedy. It's not. You won't never get a venue or a special. Hey man, we're looking for some joners to handle some hecklers. They not looking for that. That's not a part of comedy. So when I go to places that they don't have security, because I'm not, I've had some bad experiences with trying to deal, because I get mad fast trying to get it got out of hand with a heckler to where I didn't have to get my gun and motherfuckers followed me home like on the highway. It got crazy because I went stupid. I went unconscious up there because I had got mad. And I said to myself that I'd never let that happen again. But because it's not our responsibility. If you need to have security, if somebody's talking, you need to go handle that. You need to send security over and go tell them to calm the fuck down. The comic is there to be funny, not to go back and forth with the crowd. The comic is there to tell jokes. So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, I know in black comedy. Yeah, I think everybody do, son. It's weird. It's weird. To this day, I don't understand why chicks want, cause I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do what? Cause I'm funny? Like, to me, that's a wild shit. Like, it don't make no sense. Like, you look at them like, the fuck? But, let me see, man. What's appropriate to tell, man? I had a motherfucker come to a show and drove like 8 hours. And completely out of place in the venue, brought some people with her, and ended up cash apping me $1,000. Wanted me to come back to the room. First of all, bitch, you lost your fucking mind. Cause y'all white women, and I'm not gonna be in nobody's newspaper. So the other comics that was with me was like, bro, you don't go? Fuck no. They start going over there trying to say, hey man, come through. Hey man, cause I don't cheat on my wife, man. I don't cheat. I don't need them problem. I got a good wife. I got a good situation. It's my second marriage. I just don't need them kind of problem. But that was probably the weirdest shit that ever happened. There's always something. that's all. Like I said, I'm one of them dudes to where it weirds me out when chicks they turned on like to that point where you want to make yourself, and I'm a big nigga. Like, what is this? What part of the game is this? Like, and you, what? Huh? It's just odd. It's always odd. You know what I'm saying? So. It ain't all fun and jokes. It ain't for the weak. Man, this shit hard. This shit is not as easy as people think. You already got to be kind of fucked up in the head to want to get on stage to talk to strangers. But man, especially during the pandemic, you see folks was out here ass out. It's up and down. The money ain't steady. I remember one of the biggest misconceptions when I moved from South Carolina to here. I've been hosting for all these guys, all the headliners coming down here, and I'm just the host. I'm thinking they millionaires because I see them on Comic View, or I see them on Def Jam, and I get here, same nigga ask me $30, or same nigga live in his car, or he couch to couch at a bitch. So it's that was a huge letdown when I first moved here. It ain't hey, bruh, that was I'm looking at some of these niggas like people we know, like mentors, and I get here, hey, bro, you got $30 I can hold? The fuck is this? I'm literally thinking this man is here. So I think they think we rich. That's misconception. They think it's all glamour. The mega buses ain't glamorous, son. And then you got folks out here, they live on it. You got road comics, then you got road comics. They literally live gig to gig, show to show, bus to bus. I don't know, man. I think that's probably the biggest misconception. Oh man, hopefully with monetization. Nigga, cause Facebook killing me, goddamn. Social media killing me. I want my money. I need my check. Everybody else getting their check. Well, I can't get none of the money. It's enough money for everybody. But it is what it is. But honestly, and I know this might be a low bar, but I really do want to crack that social media code. I feel like I can. I know it's a lot in me. I'm an older comic, but I started late, so I don't have the contempt for the new internet comics like a lot of them do. I see a Country Wayne and Desi Banks as a benchmark what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Country Wayne literally has reinvented this shit. Has literally peeled off another lane. Not by itself, but he's the most visible one. Peeled off another lane to show us what's possible. And I want some of that, and that's in me to do. I see some acting. I stopped my acting classes when the pandemic hit. I need to start them back up, but I've been on some auditions. But I mean, I really want to crack this code on this social media, man. If I can start a series or something, I have a book in me. I have my Navy Sea stories and shit. It's a lot of stuff I want to do, man. Tyler Craig, man. Late great Tyler Craig did not get his flowers that he was due. One of the funniest dudes that I ever seen in my life. Prescott out of Memphis, part owner of Chuckles. Prescott still would make the walls sweat in the place. Funny, man. I'm talking about funny. Marvin Hunter. That dude there. That nigga there something. But, let's see. Word the question again? Top
5 underrated comedians.
Rita Brent coming. Rita Brent gonna do something. You'll see. What else? Rated, underrated. There's so many funny people, man. And I'm not saying them because there's no more funny people. It's so many. It's so many. I think Ryan Davis is underrated. Even though he's out there, I don't think they scratched the surface yet as to what he can do. I mean, I really mean that, for real. I see big things in that guy, for real, in Brian. Oh, it was great. I was new to Atlanta, and a Monday night spot was a hangout. It was more than comedy. It was a networking spot for comics. She have a blast there, you know. I miss it. It was, you know, I don't know if I missed the place or I missed that feeling, because I'm an older, more seasoned comic now, so you can't never go back and get that feeling. You know what I'm saying? We a lot of comics around, we talk about this, but I'm sure every class of comics talk about it when you round your peers and everybody out here trying to get it. And not only do you do the show, you go hang out after the show, you go eat, you go to the bar. You know, it's more than just that show. So I have a lot of good memories from back then. A lot of these fucking vets, they hate them niggas. They hate them. But I do understand the hate too. I do understand it. And I try to explain it to the youngsters. They don't want to hear it, but I say, listen, you got a nigga who been eating off a fucking comic view set for goddamn 20 years. He bought his house off that set. He done put his kids through school, and he got a routine. They usually have a routine. Every year I go play this club or I play this club. They've been a routine for years. Now you look on every comedy club roster, at least 1 or 2 weeks out of that month, it's an internet nigga. You taking money out of his fucking pocket. He don't like you. I mean, he really don't like you. And a lot of them wear it on their sleeve. But the thing is, you gonna be a dinosaur, bro. You gotta try to adapt. You gotta try to adapt, or you gonna go away. And a lot of really funny people who are still funny, they fading right now. They fading, and it's like, I don't get it. Because if you get online and do shit on the video, you already funny. It's gonna come across, because you're already funny. You ain't gotta try. They gotta try. You ain't gotta try. Just talk. Don't get on, and then you get some, and I'll show y'all same. You get the vets get on there, and then they try to be funny. That shit be corny as shit, and then nobody fuck with it, and it's a kick to your ego. Fuck this shit. But it's just like being an open mic again. That's why, bro, I always give kudos to Steve Brown. That motherfucker got it now. He got it, and he moving, and people fucking with him with what he doing and shit. Like, you gotta figure it out. You know, you gotta figure it out. So. When I used to live in South Carolina, and I used to come through Atlanta, I used to always stop a lot of times and maybe do a little room, this, that, another, because I got my family's in Mississippi, so when I go make them trips, I was always stop here, get a hotel, something like that. I remember the way Nard used to run Uptown used to terrify me, because I was like, I ain't never getting up there. The way they used to roast the shit out of fucking people who bomb, and set them up to bomb. I remember being in the back of Uptown. Don't nobody know me. I just walked in. I'm just standing in the back. I ain't talking to nobody. Looking up there like, I ain't gonna never get up there. Boy, Nard had me, I straight up now frightened of Uptown. And I've told him that. I told him that before. You know, man, it was brutal. Uptown was brutal back then. You know, so that was my Nard story. Like how I just used to look at him like, damn, that's Thanos. I'm not going up there to deal with Thanos. You know what I'm saying? And it was really bad. I don't know. I had a complex about it for a long time. And even when I moved here, I would not really mess with Uptown. I would do everything around. And then Carlos Miller put me on Carlos and Friends. And then I got, first time at Uptown, I think I did okay. Next time I was auditioned for Bounce TV, and I did okay, but no, I'm lying. That was after. My first time doing well at Uptown was Carlos and Friends, and I did really well, and that snapped me out of being intimidated by the place. Yeah, well, rest in peace, Nard, man. Well, comedy is having a tough year. Man, we lost a lot of people, man. Like Marcus Cohn was a kick in the chest. David Arnold was a blow to the chest for me because I was rooting for him and just had talked to him recently. He was one of them older comics that figured it out. Oh, nigga. Probably anything Anita Baker. Yeah, I ain't gonna sing that shit in front of nobody, but anything Anita Baker. Yeah. Love Anita Baker, man. Yeah.
I knew y'all was special, man. You did what I'm saying? Love y'all. Make me laugh for life. Hello.